اي كلاس الخلل كارثه. انا عارف المؤدين بعدين جبت شوي كان
I need a volunteer to start the projectors because they don't work. Can somebody push them with a pen? Thank you. All right, let's start the class. Welcome. For those who don't know me, my name is Jose. I don't see you, but we could move the tables, and then I can see you. Why don't we do that? Yeah, let's move the table. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, much better. Much better. Very good. Very good. I had a student once, and she was sitting there, and I never saw her, and then I never know she was in my class until 3 weeks. Good, that's much better. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I will introduce myself a bit quickly. So I'm from Barcelona. If you Google my name, you will find my website at the university where you can find the research we do. So I mostly do research about robotics, data science, and design thinking. That's the 3 things I do. I also teach a popular course on blockchain. So if you're interested, it's on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. It's for master students. So we teach how to make distributed apps. If you want to be a millionaire, right? So here you will find some stuff I do. I use Twitter. That's my video. Very good. Yeah, that's one of my videos. That's a video of a robot. It was a robot that painted graffiti on the wall. So we like to do artistic stuff sometimes. We're also researching about deep learning and stuff like that. Okay, so these are the things we do, but the common thread is data and how to use data to, to build engineering systems. Awesome. So that's it. I have a Snapchat, but I don't use it a lot. And my office is upstairs, 3071. Great. In this course, we will use Blackboard not. We will not use Blackboard a lot, only for the grades. We will use Blackboard as little as possible, but instead we will use Slack. Do you know Slack? Okay, so open your browsers or go to the App Store and download an app called Slack. Oh yeah. Yes, you do. Come in. All right, so go to ITBP370.slack.com. You and you, what's happening? Are you late? You came from your phone.
F1.
Yes. And you? Okay.
You want a paper?
I don't want a paper. That's fantastic. Yeah. That's an iPad Pro?
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome. That's good. Please, everybody download Slack. You can also There's an app for desktop, which is very good. I recommend it. An app for iPhone, and there's an app for the phone, for Android, and there's an app. There's a web app also, so you can access to the web.
Create a new. How do I sign in?
You should be able to sign in. By the way,
With my ID?
guys, be careful. This is ITBP, okay? Be careful where you sign in. ITBP370. You should be able to sign in with your UAE email.
There's a
Yes?
there's a place for the UAE.
Once you sign in, go to the channel and say hello.
I know I have to.
You can see.
I can see, but I can't see the.
Hey guys, what's your name? Ale, guys. This Khaled is complaining that he cannot see the screen. What should we do?
Move forward.
What should we do?
Okay, but
Go there and make me forward. Good job.
he has to do it
No, you do it. What? What? No. You good? Everybody's got it? Good point. You see it now? You good? Once you sign in, say something in the channel so I can see you. Introduce yourself. Oh yeah, there are many. The first one.
This one?
The top. On the top. The top. The one with the picture of the lady.
There is two applications.
Tell me the names.
This like Slack, EMM.
First. The first. Ask that guy what he's doing. Really?
It's like so now it's
Say something. You're talking with who? It's like what?
okay.
I want you to put your phones on silent. I don't want to hear those noises. Put your phones on silent. Is everybody in? Okay, that's one. Ah, you guys are full tech and full gadgets. Oh yeah, you're there. You said Cloud Festa. Who write this?
email. My university email. No. This is I don't want email.
Who's listening?
What should I use? Can you help him to set up the slide? All right, guys. Who is in? Raise your hands. And who's not in yet? All right. Let's see. Yeah. Dropbox.
هذا ما طلع طلع لي اليمين على طول ضايع.
You mean? What are you doing here? Done. Everybody's inside? That's terrible light. All right. Okay, wonderful. All right, so now let's introduce yourselves. So I already did it, so I want you to say your name and your age and your major. We'll start with you.
My name is Khalid. I'm IT college. My age is 18.
Major?
Information.
My name is Abdulaziz. My major is computer engineering. I'm 20 years.
Ali Duawi, my age is 21. Computer engineering.
My name is Khalid Hassan. My age is 21. Security.
May 19 engineering. Safe Habsi, computer engineering 21.
محمد الظاهري security 22.
My name is Ali from Computer Science. Age 22.
Yusuf, computer science 18.
أمل الصغير كمبيوتر انجينير 93.
محمد اليوم واحد computer engineering 18.
طارق الكعبي information security 22. الكعبي information security 21.
information security 18.
Hamad Al-Gunti, 19 years old.
محمد اليوم information security 18.
Daniel Taiti, 20 years, computer engineer.
What's your name again?
Daniel Taiti.
Al
Al-Taiti.
Al-Tawi.
Al-Taiti.
Al-Tawi.
سعيد computer engineer.
Okay, can you turn off your sounds of the devices? If you don't turn it off, it's a minus point. 1 for each sound that you make.
Even if you're video?
I also get minus points in this class, yes.
No, your video. Opening your video.
No, I forgive you. Okay, good. So we will use Slack to communicate in the class because it's very useful. It reduces the friction between you and me and between yourselves. So Slack is a software that was developed a few years ago, 3-4 years ago. All the companies in America use Slack now. It's a combination of WhatsApp, Dropbox, has search box, document management. It's great. And the reason it's great, you will see it as you use it, but basically it's divided in 3 areas. So here you will have a thing called channels. Do you see it? Hold on. Here. Do you see the channels?
Yes.
So in this case, we have 2 channels. General is where we speak. And this is a channel of a team of 4 people last year that they used to coordinate their work. Okay, so you can create your own channels for your team or your things, or for jokes. You can create your own channels. Excuse me?
We don't have the key.
Yes, because only I can see it, but if you look for it, it will appear. Okay, so Slack is smart and it shows you what you need. Good. So be careful where you are. So here you have people in the course. So here past students, and here I see some of the students. And Khaled, where are you? Who's this Khaled Al-Marzuki? Yeah, you. So you chat to me, right? So when you have a question, don't send me an email. Open a chat and chat to me. But if the question you think can be useful for somebody else, then don't open a personal chat with me. Ask the question in the channel general. Because maybe somebody else has the answer, or we don't want the next student to repeat the same question to me, right? So if you think your question can be useful to somebody else, ask it in general. If you think it's a private question that nobody else should benefit from it, oops, then private chat. Okay, got it? And then you have this screen here, and here you have a search box, which is very powerful. So you can use it to search documents, links. And then you have the main screen here. So this is a conversation, right? So here I will drop links while I'll talk in the class. I see something interesting, I will drop it here. Or we are talking about the topic and you find or you know an interesting website or link, you can share it here with the rest of the class instead of saying, yeah, I know this link, and say, yeah, where is it? No, you just drop it there, okay? When you want to share a presentation, you can drop it here and it will appear in this computer. So you drop it in your device and it will appear here, so you don't need to send it by email to somewhere and so on. Does that make sense? When homework, you can send it through here or via private chat to me or to share it with the rest of the class. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you have a question, use Slack. If I don't respond on Slack, send me an email. And if I don't respond to the email, you can call me. All right?
You don't respond within what? 1 hour.
Give me at least 3 hours to check the Slack, okay? Another thing you can do is to activate the notifications of Slack in your phone, so that when somebody chats to you or I drop something, you get notified. That depends on you. In the app, yeah, you can activate the notification. By default, it's not activated. So sometimes I send an important announcement. So just, got it? Keep an eye on it or activate notifications. What else? Nothing, that's it. Okay, so another interesting thing of Slack is that you can see previous conversations. So you can see what happened before you came to the course, or if you miss a class, you will be able to see what we did that day. Yes? So that's very interesting. So for example, I'm going to share with you the first document, which is this one. So if you go a bit up in your chat, you will see a link that says Dropbox. Yes? Do you see it? So this is my room office for the office hours. So the office hours in general are today, Monday, before the class. If you want to meet at another time, chat to me on a private chat and say, hey, are you available in 30 minutes or something? Make sense? My office is upstairs, 3071, and I'm also in the robotics lab a lot of the time. And in these Dropbox links, you have here, you have all the materials, previous exams, and so on. So you can open these and download all the course materials to your hard drive, including the slides. Make sense? So for example, here I open the slides, and so you have the student slides here, previous courses with exams, so you can train. And this is the course this semester, 0.sp19, Okay? Got it? Here you will find also the book. So in teaching materials, there is this wonderful book that is awesome. Yeah! Say hi to this guy.
Hi to this guy.
Previous student. See ya. What? Yeah, sure. After 1 hour. You can ask your colleagues that did this course previously about advice of the course. And what else? There's a rule in this course that if you didn't read the book, you're not allowed to complain about your grades. Never. So if you never open the book or you never read the chapter, you're not allowed to complain. Okay? This book is very good, and it has quizzes inside, and I take questions from the quizzes for the midterm and the final. Good? Okay. Okay, so today we will do a few things. First, we installed Slack. Now we will review the syllabus, and then we will play a little game. Okay? Yeah? So let's say I want to check out the syllabus. So I will go to the Dropbox link, and I will go to this year's course, and here you have syllabus. Here you have some exams from last year, graded samples. So the syllabus is here. I'm just going to open it. And I'm going to download it because it's better to interact with it. Let's download it. Another thing I want to mention is that some students are under the impression that this is an easy course, but this is not correct. So the average of this course is lower than other courses. The reason is that in this course you need to work differently from what you're used to work. So in this course it is important, if you want to get an A, to really understand what you are saying in the course, in the exam. It's not about copy pasting keywords from the slides into the exam. And this means that the slides is just 30% of the course material that you should check. What we say in the class is also very important. The discussions we say in the class are very important. There might be some cases where I want to teach you something and there's one slide about it, but the slide doesn't contain all the information. There's one chapter about it that you can read, and we will have a discussion in the class about this slide. But if you only study the slide, it's not the whole thing. Do you understand? And that's why if you only rely on the slides, it's hard to get an A. You will get a C, no problem, but it's very difficult to get an A. To get an A, you need to really understand and reason. Does that make sense? And that's why it's also very important that you take notes. Everything we say in the class is important. Just because we say it and it's not written in a slide, it doesn't mean it's not important. So it's super important that you take notes. So everybody has laptops here, but it's really also very good if you take notes with a pen. Who's taking notes with a pen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's awesome. Who's taking notes on paper? Paper? Paper, okay. Let me show you a very cool feature on Slack also. So, how do you take notes? Find it. Paper. So very cool thing of Slack, you can use polls, so you can go and answer 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do it now if you want. So I can ask you feedback about the class and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Okay, so a few people use tablet. One person uses laptop to take notes. Who's that? Kenzie? You use a text file to take a notes? You're using paper? Ali? Ali, you use paper? Good. Ali Al-Ketati. You don't take notes? I can guarantee you will not get an A in this course already. I can see it. If you don't take notes. Are you taking notes with Mohammed? Al-Riani, who's that? Huh? You can press again and it will delete. Oh, yeah. So paper is the best way to take notes. In theory, according to the research, paper is the best way. There's a lot of research about it. Paper is the best way. Maybe tablet comes close, but there's nothing better than paper. And why is that? It's because the exam you have to write. And it's the same. When you type, and your brain circuits are different than when you have to write. I know, so yeah, but paper is the best. Anyway, good thing of tablet, you can share it with your friends. It's pretty good. What's that? Syed. Syed, look what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna give you this. All right. If you want to make jokes, you can make your own channel of jokes. So I'm going to make a channel and I put jokes here. And you put your jokes there. You see the channel? That's where you do that. But not during the class. Okay? So keep things organized and so on. Okay. You can make a channel of interesting links, but basically that's it. So be careful where you click. So if you're in a private conversation, you will not see the channel. If you're in the channel, you don't see the private conversation. Right, that's it. Shall we review the syllabus? So this is the syllabus. Okay, so this is the outcomes. Well, maybe first we start with the title of the course. Do you know the title? Anybody? What's the title? No. Ethics. No? It's ethics and professional responsibility? Oh no, it's professional responsibility. Okay. The title of the book is Ethics and Professional Responsibility. Here, okay. So professional responsibility in IT. Okay, what does that mean? Can I ask anybody? What does responsibility mean? What does responsibility mean? You don't see it? Let me use some technology to help you. Here. What does this mean? Yes. Anybody? Yeah, what does it mean?
It's a professional and responsibility.
Yes.
Be professional, taking care of something.
When you speak, can you say your name first and then speak?
Khalid Hassan.
Yes.
Be professional, for example, taking care of something.
To take care of something.
Be an expert.
An expert in taking care of something. Somebody else? Excuse me? What does responsibility mean? What does it mean? Anything, say something. Yes.
Being responsible about something.
Yes. What does responsible mean?
Be in charge.
To be in charge, really?
My work,
Doing good things.
doing things in my work.
Doing
How
things.
I can professional in my work? What I do?
To be in care of control.
To have control.
Legal.
Legally. Okay, yeah, something like that. Yeah. To be accountable or have some control, but also be suffer the consequences, no? Or assume the consequences of your actions. Make sense? Own your actions. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Like if I'm late to the class and I ask, why are you, who was late here? Somebody was late, right?
I did, but
And he says, it's not my fault. Is that responsible?
no.
No, because he's not owning his action. You are the one who should be careful and plan ahead, and you cannot blame it into something. That's not responsible. Whereas, if I ask someone, why are you late? I say, I was stupid and I didn't put the alarm, and now I'm late. My fault. Is that responsible? A bit more. Make sense? So it means owning your actions and being aware of what you're doing and owning the consequences. That's what I mean. Okay. Let's start with outcomes then. Can somebody read number 1? Okay, let's play a game. What's the keyword here? Yeah. No. What's the keyword? No. What's the keyword? I would say it's this one, no? Decision making. That's the keyword. Decision making. What's decision making? Yes. It's how you make decisions. It's a science, okay? There's a career about that. Decision making science, it's called. How people make decisions. And hopefully ethical decisions. Make sense? So here you will learn how to make decisions that are ethical. Got it? Number 2, who wants to read?
Identify privacy, freedom of speech, and crime issues in cyberspace.
What's the keyword? Yes, but not. Sorry, but good try. What else? Cyberspace. Come on. What?
Freedom of speech.
No. Definitely not.
Cyber.
Not this one. Privacy. Privacy. Privacy is super important now. Okay. That's the keyword. Privacy. Do you know what's privacy? Who said yes? Who said yes? You. Alti. Come on, say what's it? Anything, say.
Privacy.
What is it?
Privacy.
Social.
Okay, great. Somebody else? What's privacy? Something from me.
Private.
My underwear. My underwear is private?
Like my laptop.
Your laptop is private? What?
Something nobody has anything to do with except you.
What about the conversation with my mom?
It's between maybe two people or
It's a secure.
Okay, what about our Slack? Is it private? Privacy? Should it be private?
Limit for something.
What's privacy?
It's a limit for something.
Is privacy important?
Yes.
Why?
It's something for me. What?
Nobody cares about you? What do you mean? Okay, so privacy first is a right, okay? Is a right that your personal information, you have the right that it stays private, meaning not public or secret if you want to. It's a right. It's also the right to be left alone. It's a right. So there's a lot of problems because now many websites collect data, right? And they sell it to somebody else, and then they're not careful, and then there's a privacy problem where somebody that you don't want finds something about you that they shouldn't know, or that you don't want them to know, but they know now. Like your medical issues or whatever, or your biases or whatever it is, or your political ideas or whatever. Make sense? So it's a very important issue because it affects many things. Democracy, freedom, lots of stuff. Number 3, who wants to read? Yes.
Discuss intellectual property and software development issues.
Okay, what's the keyword here? Yeah, what's intellectual property? Guy who's checking the iPhone. Yeah. What's that?
I just replied, I am
Thank God. So what's intellectual property?
Properties you have right to keep for you.
An apple.
Like that.
That qualifies for Apple.
Yes.
No. What's intellectual property? A patent is intellectual property. Okay? Patent? Do you know what's a patent? You don't know what's a patent? When you invent something and the government gives you a paper and nobody else can exploit or commercialize that invention, that's a patent. So we'll talk about that. Number 4. Yes. Name?
Discuss the implication of computing in the workplace on workers and employees.
Nice. What's the keyword?
Implication of computing.
Yeah, well, and this one also I would say, but yeah, very good. Why is this? Why do we need to know this to be ethical and all stuff? Why is that? What does this have to do with ethics? You, name? Nice laptop. But what about computing? Why do we need to know about this, by the way?
I think maybe someone outside the workplace bring a USB. And
Oh, yeah, definitely. But why do we need to know this to be ethical? Hmm? What? Yes. No. Beer guy, what's your name? Faris? Why?
I don't know.
That's a very good answer. That's why you're here, to learn. Okay, so the reason you need to know about all these issues is, think about this. Imagine you need to judge if a decision about some complicated IT stuff is ethical or not ethical. Do you think that you can make a good decision, a good judgment, if you don't know what's a computer?
no.
And that's why 2, 3, and 4, it's all about things to do with privacy, laws, patents, computer, and important one, computing in the workplace. So what happened in the last decade, basically, before in the workplace, there were no computers. Okay, the data was stored in files, paper, and locked in but now it's everywhere. It's very easy to steal it. Computing has changed how we work, and that has created lots of problems, privacy problems. It's easier to steal information, secrets. Get it? And that's why a big part of this course is to learn about all this. Because if you don't know about all this, how are you going to make ethical or know what's ethical and what's not ethical? Does it make sense? Do you like soccer? Soccer, football? Yeah, it's like if you have to be the referee and you don't know to play football, can you be a good referee? It's the same. Number 5, who wants to read? Yes.
American body discuss the secure economic applications of the online communities and the digital divide.
What's the digital divide? Nothing? Anybody? It's a divide that is digital. No, I'm kidding. It means that
The internet is
access to the internet is very difficult if you are living in Sudan or whatever. And if you're in America, it's very easy, right? So there's two different kind of people in the world now. The ones that access the internet and the ones that know. And you need to know also about this. What problems this creates and why? Because companies now have offices everywhere. So you need to know social issues. Make sense? So that's digital divide. Number 6. Yeah.
Analyze issues and case studies that relate to the work of the course and communicate their findings really or in right.
What's the keyword?
analyze.
No. The keyword is never the verb. What's the keyword? Huh? The keyword is never for words. What's next? Orally. No.
Communicate.
No, it's not the verb.
Case study.
Excuse me?
Case study.
Studies. Case studies is the keyword. What's a case study? Yes.
Some study.
The topic that related to your course,
What's a case study? Yes.
topic that related to your course.
No. What's a case study?
Research.
Sometimes. A case study is usually a paper of 30 pages that somebody wrote about a story from the business world or some event. Make sense? It's a document, it's a paper, 30 pages. It's like a story, for example, how Apple became so successful, or how this scandal happened, or how they solved this crisis. Some professor like me, look at the news, oh, this is very interesting, goes to interview people and writes like a mini chapter of a story book. Okay, and that's called a case study. And then everybody can learn about it. So you guys, before coming to class, you would read this paper, all of it, with all the words. You will read all the words inside the paper, 30 pages. You will think about it, and then you come to class, and we do like a role simulation, or I will ask you, okay, you are now the boss of the company, and there's the crisis, like in the paper, so what would you do? And then you explain in the class what would you do, and then we have a discussion if that's a good idea or not. And that's a very good way to learn, because it's like simulating,
Put yourself in that position.
and you learn a lot, because these very interesting stories, you learn a lot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it will help you to avoid mistakes in the future. And because it's like a simulation, when you find a similar situation in your work, then you're like more prepared. So they use this case in Harvard, and all the MBAs use the case study method. Do you want to do a case study someday? How many people want to do it? 2 people, 3 people. Who doesn't want to do it? You need to read 30 pages. Who wants to do it? You want to do it. Okay. And you 3 guys, sleeping guys there, you want to do it? Huh?
Complete the sleeping. After. After sleeping.
Yeah, but do you want to do it? I know you're not sleeping. No? Okay, that's fine.
Maybe after sleeping.
Okay, we'll make it optional, okay? Good. So that's a case study. Make sense? A case study can be a documentary. So you go watch a movie and learn about it and then discuss about it and so on. But the reflection part is the important part. Does it make sense? This means also there will be an oral presentation somehow. So one day you will come here and do some research about a topic you like. Ethics in IT or something, like some scandal or something. And do a presentation. Another day we'll have a debate where you will do teams and one side defends a point of view and the other has to defend the other point of view. Like a court. And the team that wins gets bonus points. Get it? If somebody's shy and doesn't like to, some people get very stressed by public speaking, you can talk to me and say, I want to skip this because I'm very shy. Okay? Somebody shy? You're shy. Good. Well, grow up. Okay? But if you're stressed, you don't need to do it. It's fine. I'll give you an alternative job. Okay? Good. Okay, so these are the outcomes. There are 6. The most important one is number 1, but you need the other ones to be able to do number 1 well. Obviously. Yes? Good. Grading. The most important part for you. Or interesting part. Really? You want to change it?
Yes, 15.
Okay, what about this? Shall we do this? This one? Like this?
It's okay.
5, 5, 8, 5.
10 or 5 for the.
It should be 30 at least. It's a rule. Cannot-
25.
There's something wrong here. It doesn't match.
10 over here.
5, 5.
Last
5, 5.
25.
25.
Let's make it clear, all 25.
There's something wrong, no? It should be 100 and it's only
90 now.
90.
Case,
Group case, 30.
Oh, that's why.
25, 25, 28.
What about this? Is this good?
No.
Yes, yes.
But the
Thank you.
No, 20.
25, 25, 20 there.
Yes. 25 and 5, 20 there.
نص الكورس مغير.
Shall we keep it like that?
Yes, it's fine, it's fine.
Because the girls have this one, so the same.
it's okay.
Yeah, maybe midterm could be 25. Well, anyway, it's flexible. We can change it depending on what happens in the course.
Maybe in,
Maybe bonus for
after midterm.
For example, quizzes sometimes is 4 or 3, so that will we can alter it. So it's not a big deal. Anyway, the important thing, final has to be more than 30. Okay. All right. Academic integrity. No need to tell you, but you know, cheating and all that stuff, especially in this course. Last year there was a student cheating. Like seriously. I catch him cheating. And he wanted to improve the grade afterwards.
We can make midterm 20 and bonus 10.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. That's a good idea. I'll think about it. Yeah, bonus.
Flexible, yeah. Maybe we'll change.
We'll see about it. At the moment, it will be like this, which is what we did last year. Okay.
Okay.
Open book. Okay, so we did open book before, and it was great, but we don't do it anymore because there's some rules in the university that do not allow to do open book exam in the final exam. Anyway, they don't like it so much, so that it's not clear. So I don't want to get into trouble. Yes,
I don't try it.
we did it a few years ago. We did open book.
We have to try it. In the midterm.
That's stupid.
We have to try things.
Okay, just let me think. It's great, but open book means harder exam, really hard exam.
No.
Usually, you get lower grades in open book exam. That's what I'm saying. Open books means that the slides are useless. They are useless for you in the exam. That's how hard it is. That you need to be fast looking for information on the internet. That's what it means. It's a total different level. I don't think you're ready for open book. We can do simulation one day. We'll do a mock exam of open book, and then you come back to me and say, no, we don't want open book. There was a course that said, no, we don't want open book.
We already have an open book class, the 70% failure.
Yeah, so that's what it means. There's a big debate of that. All right, questions? What time is it? Perfect. Who wants to play a game? Who wants to play a game? 3 people only? 4 people. Okay, let's play. Okay, let's play a game. I need a volunteer. Oh.
He talks Spanish, the first one.
That's such a video. What's this noise? Well, the sound is terrible.
Because yours is the sound.
Yes. Wow, there's something wrong with the sound. Terrible. Okay, it's not very good. Now it's in Arabic and I don't understand anything.
The first one start again. Okay.
Alright, cool. Okay.
Stop.
Do you know what's a self-driving car?
Yes.
Self-driving? Yes.
Do you know any brand?
Yes.
Which one? Tesla. You know Tesla? Who knows Tesla here?
The left one.
Tesla?
Tesla. Okay, so imagine. Listen to me. Imagine you are the programmer of the AI that makes the self-driving of the car. Okay, so you are responsible to make the decision. So you will find a solution after you drive many times. You will find this problem.
Hi, how are you?
Habibi.
I have a class until now.
Yes.
حبيبي تعال
Okay.
حبيبي مولانا
After driving many miles, many millions of miles, you will find this solution, this problem, which is the brakes fail, and you cannot stop, and you are in this situation where you have to decide whether to go straight or to go right, left in your case. Okay, so here you see, what do you see?
4 people.
Not just people. Who are these people? One kid?
Kids and
More future on the right.
Fat guy. And here, what do you see?
Kill the right.
Okay, and this, what's here? What's happening here?
Stop.
Red light, so they're not following the rules?
Yes.
They're not. And here they follow the rules?
Yes.
By the way, this is the opposite side, okay? So this means that the car would drive counter direction, okay? Okay, so you are the coder. What do you do? What do you program the car to do? To go straight or to turn? So you would kill 2 people.
Yes.
What about here?
This one?
There's a woman in the car. And this guy, what is this guy?
The right one. Kill the
Not
kill the driver. Kill the
This guy
I will
is a professor, homeless professor.
It's okay because I lose my car and my.
Who do you kill?
It's a professor.
Left.
Homeless? No, it's just a homeless. Okay. Who do you kill?
Left.
Homeless
Yes, homeless.
or driver?
No, homeless. Homeless.
Why the homeless? Why do you kill the homeless?
Because I will lose my car.
Who kills the homeless?
Homeless?
Homeless people? 1, 2, 3. Driver? Who kills the driver?
I want to live with it.
Okay.
ماذا يمكن تسوي؟
You, why do you kill the driver?
Because me.
No. Okay, anybody else? Yes. Yeah?
Because maybe his future will be changed and will be positive in the community. Out.
Maybe she works in a strip club.
شو ترى يسار ولا يمين؟
Baby driving. Well, baby passenger. It's
I will kill myself. I will kill myself.
How the hell did he go there?
I will kill myself. Because this baby, maybe it's come the professor.
what's your name? You said this class is being recorded.
I'm sorry.
You want to change? What were you saying? Who kills the passenger?
Me.
4 people. Who kills the toddler? Why?
Because he's not because the driver.
You're not doing anything wrong.
Maybe the driver.
How did they arrive there?
That doesn't matter. You will kill a toddler? That is doing nothing wrong?
No,
Maybe this baby come the professor.
No, he will die. Okay, who kills the toddler? Who kills the passenger? Okay, I see. Okay, here you have old cat and woman, or old cat and woman. Who should die?
Right.
Why? Why?
Kill many old.
You kill the same. Oh, you kill. Yeah, no, you kill more old people here. So what's more?
Really, they want to die, but they don't know how. This is anything. They can't have permission.
Okay, people that go straight, raise your hands. 3. People that turn. Really? Why?
I have psychopath for killing more people. So I need to
Okay, doctor, man or woman and so it's the same, but it's female.
Of course, no.
So, who do you save, the woman or the man?
Woman must die because we have a lot of women.
Who saves the man?
Anyone?
All of you. Who saves the woman?
Yes.
Okay. Name? Faris. Why do you save the woman?
Maybe she would like
the woman.
Please help.
Remember that here the car is committing an infraction.
The woman maybe in future will have baby, you know.
Yes.
And
So you would save the woman.
Maybe it's not come alone. Not in a.
People that save the man. People that save the man. Where are you? Yeah, give me a reason.
is a doctor.
No, it's the same. There's two. One doctor, one
He's
doctor.
not a doctor.
No, there's one doctor and one doctor on both sides.
Let's go.
People that save the man. Yes.
ask
Yes. Somebody? Yes.
Because
Because the male population is less than the female. So you should kill the woman.
Yes.
Maybe he have a family or someone he's waiting for, or
So kill the family. Okay. Passenger, man and woman.
No, the whole people. All of you. Dependent on life.
You would do this.
Maybe 2 or 3 years. It would,
Three, 5 young people here, or more older people. Who do we save?
The passenger.
The car.
the car.
The car.
Okay. Passengers. Save passenger.
Same.
1, 2. Save older people. Okay. Can you explain why?
because the passenger will go die. Go jail. So it's useless. So it's better for them to die.
Best leaves will be one.
Okay. Wait. There's a brake failure, so it's an accident. Nobody goes to jail.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Somebody else.
The 5 people are all in the street.
These are older. These are like 30s, and these are
The left one.
16, like you. These are like you, 19, and these are like 30s. What do we save? Who do we save?
Passenger.
Kill passengers. I think because they are
Yeah,
club or a party or dance.
No, we don't know
Have
anything.
more money for.
We don't know anything about that. You don't have information. But you would kill the younger people?
Yeah. But they have families. All of them.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Empty car. But the cats are crossing in red light. Okay.
I am scared that those cats belong to the king.
Cats? You kill the cats?
No.
Who kills the cats? Okay, everybody. Okay. Empty car. These people are crossing in green. Okay, you see that? They're following the rules.
Kill the girls.
And there's boys here, and it's the same, but girls here. Who do you kill?
Yeah.
Who kills the girls? Remember, this is being recorded. Everybody. Who kills the boys? Okay.
No.
You would kill this one.
Yes.
So you would make an infraction and kill.
Yes.
Wow. 5 ex-homeless professors, or 5 normal people. You save. Now seriously, homeless. Do you save the homeless or not?
No.
No.
Who saves the homeless? 4. Who saves the passengers? Okay. 3 adults in the car and 3 adults here, but the difference, they are doing a sport. The fit, the healthy.
Healthy life is better.
Who kills the healthy? Who kills the passengers? Okay, now you have to help me. This is La?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes or no?
Should I click here?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Okay, now, this is a website, and many people have done this test. This was a test for you. It was like you give me your data, and they will give you a bit of fun. So they collected a lot of data around the world from different countries, cultures, group. Actually, we did this a few hours ago with the girls. And for example, here it shows the preference you have towards saving people. Is that correct?
Yes.
So it's very funny because the girls had the preference to save women more than you. But you have a preference to save men. That's very interesting. You and the girls have the preference to save younger people. That's universal across cultures. You had the good sense to save more lives when possible. You have the sense to favor people that follow the rules. And you have no preference for saving fit or not fit people, which is very interesting. You don't care at all. It's very interesting. And you have no bias towards saving people in a car just because they are in a car, they have more right or not. You have a bias towards pedestrians. And you favor doctors instead of thieves, so people that are good for society. And you favor people over animals, which is very healthy, I think. Okay, so look, even if you think you are very ethical and so on, you have bias, unconscious biases. So you have a bias towards your own gender, for example, you as a student. And that's something that you must realize, because if you want to make ethical decisions, you need to be aware of your own biases. So when you program a car, you should think about it to be a good engineer. Does this make sense? So this is just an exercise to make you realize that, your unconscious biases. All good, so we'll stop here. Any questions? Okay, so the homework is make a small essay about what you learned today with the MIT Moral Machine experiment. 5 sentences or 6. Reflection of what did you learn. All right?
We send it to Slack. Doing it in class? Slack.
You can send it. That's a very good question. How do we do that? Just do it. Bring it next day to the class, because we will have a discussion, and then you give it to me on paper or via private conversation in Slack. Okay? Sounds good? All right. I'll see you next day.
Yes, yes.